Hey everyone, it's Ryan Sloan at the Gear Cage, and today we're going to look at uh, installing and activating Pro Tools. So I know this people get lost in this process because it's not the easiest thing out there, but I did want to walk you through the process to make it a little bit easier step by step. So first things first, let's make sure we have our Avid website pulled up over here, and I've got my step-by-step guide that we've done here at Sweetwater to kind of walk you through the process. So before we start on that, let's just go over a general overview of what we're going to do here. And we're actually not going to do all of these steps because we really don't need to for what we're doing. So step one, we're going to create an iLock account. And actually, we're not going to do that in this video because I actually just did a video on that. So I'll put the card up here in the video if you want to jump over there and start with that and come back to this video once that's done. You can follow that link now. But what we will be doing in this video is creating an Avid account. We'll be registering our activation code, and then we'll be authorizing the license, downloading the software, and getting it all up and running. So let's just dive into it. The first part we want to do is creating our Avid account. So let's jump down here, and you can see here we've got some links to do all of this. But let's just start here on the Avid site where it says sign in, and we should be able to create an account through there. All right, so now we have two options. We can either sign in with an existing account, or we can go ahead and create a new account. So for the purposes of this video, we're just going to do that. So fill in all your information, create a username, and then type your email in. Let me make a long password. You should too. Oh, this is always fun. Let's find some buses here. That probably is a bus, but yeah, let's just do it. We're not a robot. There we go. Now we can create an account. We'll save our password. And we can see here that we don't have anything yet, but Avid has made this part nice. We can redeem our code right here. So let's do that. And let's continue to fill all of our information here. I don't think they really need this information per se, but whatever. And this is probably mostly for support purposes. We're going to try to redeem that code again. All right. So again, if you've already done the iLock process, we can start from here. If you do still need to set up an iLock account, just click the link to go check out the video on that here, and that'll walk you through it. Pro Tools can also use the iLock Cloud, as we talked about in that video too. So we'll go into all of that here shortly as well. So this is going to drop the license in the iLock account. All right, so we can see all of our core information here in the window. We can see system ID, we can see iLock ID, we can see how many days we have left on the subscription. And the next thing we want to do is actually install the software. So if we click this link right here, we can view our download links and product details. And a common question from people is, what do I actually download here? You don't need to download all of these things in order for Pro Tools to work. In fact, the best thing that you'll want to get is generally going to be this first one right here. So we're going to click that, and the download is starting right now. You can see it right there. So I'm going to go into some of these other things while that's downloading. So the HD driver, if you're using a Pro Tools Ultimate system, you'll want to get the HD driver. Codecs, I don't think you'll need a whole lot of those for the average person, so you don't need to generally worry about those. And Avid does have a sample pack with some content. I don't use that, but if you do want the extra content, it's there for you. Then you've got some general README files on what's new and getting up and running. Feel free to check out any of that. Pro Tools drivers, probably don't need a whole lot of these things either generally, so you can skip most of this. If you are new to Pro Tools and want to play around with a demo session, this might not be a terrible idea to get some visual experience with a demo session in terms of how they're routing the plugins, how they're doing edits, and things like that. And then here we've got some guides and some plugin bundles that come with a Pro Tools subscription license. So you can download all of these things as well. Actually, Falcon from UVI does come with a Pro Tools subscription as well as some sound packs. It's an awesome, awesome program. Highly recommend downloading this. So of everything here, and the Avid Complete Plugin Bundle comes with a subscription as well. So really the main things that you're going to want to download from this whole list here are probably Pro Tools here, the demo session, some of these instrument bundles and effects bundles, Falcon, and then the Avid Complete Plugin Bundle. So those would be some things to definitely check out. So that takes care of everything on the Avid side from this side of things. Let's actually go ahead and install Pro Tools now. So you just can double click from there to run everything, and then you'll just click on the Install Pro Tools package, and then we'll go through the general notes here. Again, hit continue a whole bunch. And it would help if you could type your password correctly. And that starts the process to install Pro Tools. Now really, that's all there is really to it at this point. So once we install the software here, we're actually going to use the iLock license cloud to boot it up and run it. So we don't need to do anything specific there. We can see the install time is going to be about 12 minutes. For the purposes of this video, we'll skip that. So hang on a second. And actually, it's only going to be 3 minutes now magically. And a minute. So you can see it's been actually really quick. All right. So everything's up and running, and somehow they even managed to make my screen get crazy there. All right, so everything is finishing the install process right now, and Pro Tools will be running here momentarily. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is just me installing, or not installing, but using the iLock License Manager License Cloud. So that'll be the last thing we do here in just a second, just to show you that process, because I am going to leave this subscription license in the cloud. All right, the installation was successful. So Pro Tools is now installed and all good to go. We're going to go ahead and close this out. We're going to move the installer to the trash because we don't need that anymore. So go ahead and empty the trash. And now we can run Pro Tools. Now it may pull my old license. We'll see how that works here in a second. Yeah, it's probably actually pulling my Ultimate license, even though that's not what we installed here. But it is scanning all the licenses and all the plugins and everything I have installed on this machine right now. So it's going to go through that whole process the first time that you boot it up. And here we go. So Pro Tools is running. We can sign in right now. So we can do this again. All right, we're now signing into the software. And here we go. So Pro Tools is now up and running and good to go. And now you can start recording like you would in Pro Tools. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the notes below. If there's anything else we can help out with, definitely let us know. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. My name's Ryan Sloan, and we'll see you again soon.